Page 23, Lullaby, a very famous melody by Brahms. It's not a piano solo piece, although I wished he would have done one. It would have been nice. However, we can deal with this. At the top of the page, talking about the key of A-flat major. A-flat major has 4 flats. You can see this piece has 4 flats. Isn't that nice? So we have a B-flat, an E-flat. You see the flats are always in the same order in the key signature. A B-flat, an E-flat, an A-flat, and now a D-flat. The only one we're not using is the G-flat. We'll get there. This is time to go do my scale video on A-flat major. And while you're there, go ahead and do the F minor. F minor has 4 flats also. Do them both. 1 octave up and down. Just learn those scales. Okay, one hand at a time. I don't really think the rhythm's a problem here, but these notes with these flats, let's look at this. We're coming in on beat 3, because as a pickup beat, it's 3 and. And you're in this position really to start with. Remember the D flat and the E flat, they're in the key signature. Now they're suggesting this position because we have the A flat coming up in the middle of the line there, here. Otherwise it would be this position. So we're using second finger on the E flat. So it's 3 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and. 1 and 2 and. 3 and 3 and. Reach down. Now if you don't want your hand up in this area, you can use second finger out. The first one you may have to. Then you can use this if you want to stay there. But then at the end you probably should go thumb again. Because you can do this, as you're playing that you can bring your hand out here. We want to connect these with the fingers, so make sure there, and then you reach down an octave. And this is okay here because you're only playing black keys. And then 4, and then reach down. Well, the third line, last measure, 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and. And then 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2. That's basically the melody. Left hand's broken chords. Just keep it out of the way it's here. You can do this, or you can do this. This chord, either, because that's the fingering for this. Depends on how big your hands are. Whichever. You pick. I can do a 3 here too. Last measure, the first line, B flat, D flat, playing all black keys. Then you pretty much have to do that. This is a stretch, so if you can do that. Last measure, the second line, the half note, that's a C and an E flat. Just work. Then the third line, it's an F. 2 ledger lines above the staff is an E, and 1 higher is an F, so it's an F. It's a D and an E flat. So forth, put the hands together. Rhythm, let's look at that. 3 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and. Idea, I hope. Then we can add in the articulation, the slurs. In the left hand, I suggest you just slur it all together. Just you don't have to do this. You can experiment and try it out if you want, but I suggest you just connect it. In the right hand, we have the phrases. So we're going to lift up between the phrases. Lift up. We want to, like a breath. Lifting up here, but not here. lift up in the right hand, keep the left hand connected. Then the dynamics. Now, this is a very gentle piece. This is something you can put somebody to sleep with. Very soft, whatever you think very soft is. Left hand has to be super soft. Just good luck with that. Then you get to the end of the second line, you come up to moderately soft a little bit. It's not loud, just moderately soft. Left hand, keep it out of the way. And then at the end, the last two measures, you're going to go back down to very soft. So at that last half note, that's very soft, and that is practically just blowing on the keys. I want to hear this over that. It takes practice to have that kind of control. And basically, you're just pushing down gently, very little weight, and you're going slow. You see, on an acoustic piano, the slower you push a note down, the softer it's going to be. In fact, you can push the note down so slow it won't sound at all. I don't know about an electronic piano if that works or not. You just have to be light. Don't use the soft pedal, that's cheating. Do it with the hands. Then we add pedal for the overtones and all, because this is from a string piece, a bunch of string players playing this. And that's fine, they're showing overlapping throughout, but we have to be careful because then it gets muddy and messy. And this is not a fast piece, this is a fairly slow piece. So people have time to hear the muddiness, so we have to watch out for that. If I pedal it the way they're showing, it sounds like this. So it's overlapping pedal. So I'll do the notes first and then the pedal. And then when I change it, notes first and then the pedal. So forth. That sounds okay to you, go for it. I'm kind of concerned about I'm losing the phrasing, and I don't like the muddiness of the eighth notes. So I think I'm going to lift the pedal up with the phrasing in the right hand. So at the beginning, lift the pedal up with the right hand and don't pedal that. And I'm not going to pedal that. I don't want that. So I'm going to lift it up when I play the eighth notes. Again, I'm lifting it up with the right hand. I'm not pedaling the eighth notes. And in this first measure, second line, I lift it up with the C. Now here, I lift the pedal up, keep this down on the lift. And I don't pedal that. So it seems to be pretty consistent throughout, where when a measure ends with two eighth notes, I simply lift it up on the last eighth note. Just clear it out before I go on. So the third line, but I'm lifting up with the phrasing though. And in the third line last measure, I don't pedal until the half note. And I don't hear in the last two measures, I don't pedal until the half note. Here. That's the way I pedal. I just clean some of it out. It makes the pedaling more complicated, but it's something you have to listen very carefully to the sound and what it's doing. What are you after? Now speed-wise, lento is slow. I mean, it's just, and it's the feel of it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It's just real slow and dreamy. Don't drag it out too much, because yeah. But it is a very slow piece. want to play this with you very slowly. Well, it's slow anyway, so we're probably going to go close to the speed it should go. I'll give us 2 counts because we come in on beat 3. I'm not going to do any dynamics or any of that. I'm just the notes and the rhythms, and I'll try and pedal it as I'm suggesting, but you can pedal it as you see fit or as your teacher sees fit. Ready and go, and.